Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back, once again, to another part of No One But You. In the last part, we spent our summer vacations pretty much just with Megumi. Like, she did not let us, see anybody. Apparently, every single day, we had no time to ourselves. And we're pretty happy to go back to school after a long time. So let's get right into it. After eating breakfast with my mother and walking through the streets alone, I eventually arrived at school. Although I passed by the bridge, I saw no sign of Chinatsu, nor did I run into any of my other friends on the way over. All quiet so far. There are so many people arriving, but it appears as though I'm a bit too early to meet up with most students. I thought this would be a good opportunity to meet up, since Megumi has student council duties to take care of for the new semester, but if nobody else is here just yet, or anybody here yet, bleh. I combed the hallways searching for any familiar faces. I did come across a couple of my classmates and people I met in passing, but nobody I could really call my friend. Even the courtyard Yui's favorite hangout was empty, making me once again question why I decided to go to school so early. Without spying any of my friends, I made my way to the classroom and waited for other students to arrive. It took a while, but my patience paid off, finally yielding. Yo, Hidi, my man! Hey! Is Rio a sight for sore eyes? We're gonna find out. And so I continued to wait, hoping for... Oi! Hidi, Earth to Hideaki! Wakey, wakey, Hidi! Time to get up! If you don't, you won't get a good morning kiss! Blah! As I felt Rio's breath on my face, I frantically jumped back in my seat, almost losing my balance. Whoa, that was close! I almost lost my first kiss to Rio. So, you're awake after all. Of course I am! But you weren't responding, so I thought you must have been asleep. Seriously, to think you slept for the entire summer? So, that's it. Rio's in denial about me avoiding him, so he's decided to ignore reality. Anyway, enough about that. I just got my hands on the latest issues of Schoolgirls vs. Zombies 2. You know you want to read it with me. I'd rather not. There's something about two guys reading arousing material together that's just... Arousing material? What are you talking about? It's an action manga, man. As men, it's our duty to read it. Rio seems to be rejecting reality more fiercely than I thought. Alright, everyone, that's enough. Take your seats. While Rio and I were talking, an unfamiliar voice echoed throughout the classroom. As I turned to identify the speaker, I found a middle-aged man walking to the front of the room. But rather than our usual teacher, the man was a complete stranger, one whom nobody present appeared to recognize. Starting today, I'm your new homeroom teacher, Tomoyo Ketsuda. This will be my first day teaching at this particular school, so please, bear with me. Mr. Kasuna. I want to say it's Kasuna? That sounds better, actually. Kasuna smiled at the girls in our class, showing off a pretty boy charm completely unbefitting someone of his age. A new homeroom teacher every semester, huh? That's a shame. I'm gonna miss old what's-his-name. With a few students still chatting amongst themselves quietly, Mr. Kasuna, gosh, it's like, it was really interesting. One of my friends was giving me sort of like a background on character voice, like character names and stuff like that, because I suck at pronouncing them. It's apparently not Megumi, it's Megumi, which makes a lot more sense if I actually say it. Now, obviously, it's been a couple, almost 15 parts now of this, and I clearly probably won't be able to pronounce this shit. But, regardless, I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna call him Ketsuna. Began roll call. There were a few empty seats, most notably those of Shiro, apparently still cooped up at home, Yui, no doubt playing Truant, and Megumi, likely stuck in the school's council room. what a drag. My first day back, and the only friends of mine actually in class is Rio. What did I do to deserve such cruel and unusual punishment? Let's see now. Next, Hinoharu Megumi. Mr. Ketsuna narrowed his eyes as he stared at Megumi's name on the class roster. His expression was complicated, and at a glance I knew he had met Megumi before. Megumi is doing some student council work. She won't be in class until later. Mr. Ketsuna appears surprised by my answer, staring at me in confusion as I answered. The student council, huh? As those words left his mouth, Mr. Ketsuna's lips curl up into a smirk. Well, I suppose it can't be helped then. Now then, next up is... Mr. Ketsuna continued marking the roster, and his expression failed to return to normal. He continued smirking to himself, as though news of Megumi being on the student council brought him joy. Oh. Oh gosh. Are we gonna get like a weird teacher thing? It's one of those things, because our teacher didn't have a name before, but now he does, and we're definitely on Megumi's path now. And I'm sorry, by the way, if, like, I've switched, like, it's probably jarring that I've started to call her different. It's just, I want to make sure that I'm pronouncing these things right. Pronunciation is, like, kind of important to me, and I always feel like, it's sort of like when Yuri Lowenthal says Naruto. Like he gives it this flow where it doesn't sound like Naruto or Naruto. Like it doesn't feel as if, you know, like I don't know, it feels more Japanese in a sense, and it's to respect the culture a little bit, and also the fact that I wouldn't want someone to start like, actually here's a perfect example. I'm rambling, but like if a Japanese person pronounced my name, it'd be Andoru, you know, like they'd say it that way because that's how they enunciate. But then I'd be like, no, it's Andrew. No, they'd be Andoru. Like it's, and you can look at it and you can see how they're pronouncing it that way, but at the same time, it bothers me. It's the same thing about people that watch things like Naruto. And in the show, they call him Naruto over and over, but most fans that I've run into call him Naruto. Or like, if you watch those stupid Watch Mojo lists, like they mispronounce all of their names all the time, even though the clips in the video are saying their names correctly. And it's a pet peeve of mine. So I'm trying to fix my terrible pronunciation of these names. All right, back to the visual novel. After our first lesson for the day ended, our classroom returned to its usual chaotic self. Numerous female students gathered in front of Mr. Ketsuna, asking him all kinds of senseless, random questions. In response, the boys in the class were seething with envy, already speaking ill of our new teacher. Despite the fact that several students hadn't shown up on the first day back, the entire class was alive with discussion, as though the break had never happened. Man, what an ass. I can't believe that guy is going to be our homeroom teacher from now on. Like every other male student in the room, Rio's expressed his dislike for our new teacher. Where does he get off hitting on high school girls like that? Rio, I'm sure he's just talking to them. Yeah, right. He's obviously has alternative motives. Yeah. That I can actually agree. I mean, he's already smirking about our girlfriend, and that's a no-no. Just look at that combed hair, iron shirt, nice teeth. He makes me sick. Or he could just be a stand-up guy, maybe? Rio's angry that our teacher takes care of his appearance. Well, it can't be helped. The more resilient girls are away, after all. I mean, could you see Yui fawning over that guy? You think she would? Wow, okay, Rio, I'm really sorry, dude. God damn it, I've never been so jealous in my life. I knew it. Rio's jealous that the girls are paying attention to our new teacher. Oh, calm down. I'm sure the girls will lose interest soon. No, you don't understand. When an attractive male teacher starts to teach a class with this many girls, something is bound to happen. Oh, Jesus. We're going down this weird, creepy teacher path, aren't we? And you're basing this on every manga ever. Ryo's tenuous grasp on reality really is worrying. Sorry, girls, I have to head to the staff room now. What, why? Yeah, can't you talk with us a while longer? I'm afraid not. As a new teacher here, I still have plenty of things to sort out. Of course, if you're that interested, you could always keep me company. Yeah, absolutely. No problem. We'd be glad to help. Trailed by a small cluster of schoolgirls, Mr. Ketsuna left the classroom, smirking to himself happily once more. Yeah, this guy is a fucking creep-ass teacher. Just straight up creep-ass. I'm amazed that we haven't actually seen what he looks like. Ugh, dude, did you see that? I wish I didn't, but yeah, I hate to admit it, but maybe you were right. No matter how I look at it, that guy is trying to charm those girls. Trying? More like he's succeeding. I don't want to say anything bad about the girls in our class, but they really have no morals. Oh, is that right? The moment those words left Ryo's mouth, an irritated voice took us by surprise. And I suppose you're a saint, Mr. Every girl in this manga is clearly over 18. Having entered the classroom without making a sound, Megumi immediately berated Ryo. Hey, if the author says the character is over 18, then they're over 18. Even if they're still a high school student? Of course, plenty of high school girls are over 18. Even if they're a middle school student? If the author says so, then... You're disgusting. With Ryo down for the count, Megumi turns her attention to me instead. More importantly, good morning, Aki. Yeah, good morning, Megumi. Sorry we couldn't meet up this morning. I had to get here super early to get a start on my work for the new semester. A student council member's work is never done. Sounds rough. Hideaki. I have to remember his name is Hideaki. It's the second syllable that you don't emphasize or something like that. You don't put a lot of, like, humph into it. Maybe it's more, maybe it's for the best that you weren't here, though. The other girls all seem smitten with our new homeroom teacher. We have a new homeroom teacher? And Aki's worried I might find the new teacher attractive? What? Of course not. Aki, you're so dishonest. Even so, you have nothing to worry about. I'm not some bitch in heat who goes after every guy she sees. Though surprised by Megumi's uncharacteristically obscene choice of words, her statement did bring me some relief. Even if I want more time to myself, that doesn't mean I don't care about Megumi, or that I wouldn't get jealous seeing her with another guy. Oh, are you sure about that? Excuse me? No, not that. What I mean is, that guy just took half of the girls in the class with him. Are you sure you won't be swayed? Of course I won't. I would never betray Hide. Megumi really done it now. As happy as her words make me, I can feel the jealousy of this class's male students being redirected from Mr. Ketsuna to me. Is it really such a crime for me to have a girlfriend? Oh, did you hear that, Hide? Make sure to invite me to the wedding, okay? Ugh, don't add fuel to the fire, Ryo. Like hell you're coming to our wedding. And Megumi's just playing along? Ugh, honestly, I couldn't believe my ears when I heard that you two finally made it official. Feels like you two are moving beyond my reach. Ryo's expression dropped, indicating a surprisingly amount of sincerity in his words. My mind briefly flashed back to my mother's parting words this morning, and I couldn't help but have my say. Hey, Ryo, it's not like that, okay? I'm not going anywhere. We'll still hang out and... Oh, Aki! I thought about it last night, and I've decided where we should go this weekend. That's cool. Anyway, We can still hang out sometimes, and that stuff about Megami and I getting married? Your tie is crooked. Let me fix that for you. Megami puts her hands on my torso and fixes my tie, then straightens up my shirt. Thanks, Megami. So, like I was saying... Ah, jeez, just forget it. Go have your happy ever after. Just as bad as our new homeroom teacher. Storming off, Rio hastily exited the classroom, paying no mind to the stares of our classmates. Huh? Even for Rio, that was weird. No. I think that was about right. Or rather, can Megami really not see why Rio is angry? Anyway, now that Rio's gone, want to sneak out of class and make out? I see. That certainly would be... What? Just kidding. Aki is so cute when he's flustered. I laughed awkwardly while enduring even more painful stares from my classmates. At this rate, I don't think I'll make it out of this classroom alive. Oh, man. Yeah, no, that's... I mean, obviously, like, especially over the summer break, like, it wasn't even like I was given a choice whether to hang out with him or not. So, it definitely, I could see why Rio is mad. And clearly, Megami was, like, sort of forcing herself on us when we were trying to have a different conversation. Though, I still don't see the yandere. I really don't. Because, in actuality, if we really were to break down this whole yandere thing, she wouldn't be this forthcoming with her feelings, in a sense. That's why I think there's, like, a different motive behind why she's so forceful about the relationship. You know? Like, obviously, Hideaki has feelings for her. It's not like he doesn't not care or he's being forced into this. It really feels as though there's something that we don't know about her that is sort of making her seem a little too clingy and all over the place. I'm really interested to see where this pans out. As our break nears its end, our classmates slowly return to the classroom, one after the other. The girls who had followed Mr. Ketsuna took their seats, as did Rio, and with our teacher for the next lesson right on time, class began without delay. Even after the lessons had begun, however, the classroom was filled with chatter, and my mind was focused on anything except the lesson at hand. I looked around the room, keeping my eyes peeled for Shiro and Yui, neither one whom had shown up. I turned to look at Rio, who was staring at the bra strap of the girl in front of him and breathing heavily, and the girl in question, who looked like she was about to slap him. But above all, my eyes rested on one person, Megami. This morning I felt bad about wanting to spend less time with Megami, but with how the day has gone so far, I can't say my desires were baseless. Not spending every waking moment together, then joking around together and hanging around our classroom during the break, our first day back has been just like our high school life used to be. Is it really so wrong for me to want that life back? Walking to and from school together is something I can handle, and hanging out together between classes is nothing unusual. As long as we moderate ourselves, this relationship might just work out after all. See, like, he's already, like, he has his ideas about it, but the only problem is I think we need to confront her about it. Now, clearly that could explode in our faces, and if she truly is yandere, she will just either abduct us or stab us, which I'm really starting to think that bloody knife that we saw in the opening, I don't think it's us. I don't think it's us. That's the only thing. All right, we're gonna skip some days. Oh no, we're gonna go to class. Oh, there was a little visual glitch there. All right, next day. After my first normal day in what felt like months, and a long night's sleep without worry, I woke up at an unusual early hour once again. Despite the fact that the sun had only just risen, I left my bed without a shred of fatigue, eagerly anticipating the day ahead. Phew, even if summer break is over, it's going to take a while before I start sleeping in again. In fact, with the danger of Megami infiltrating my room first thing in the morning still present, I can't afford to sleep in on weekends either. If I don't take some kind of preventative measures, I may end up going to bed and waking up early every morning. Or every day, sorry. I shuddered at the mere thought of having a regular sleep schedule. Oh well, I suppose there are worse ways to wake up. If nothing else, it means I'm wide awake by the time classes start, so my grades should improve before... Oh god. Was I really just thinking that? All of this extra time in the morning, and rather than focus on video games, I'm thinking about my grades? Who the hell are you, me? What have you done to Hideaki? With my first identity crisis of the day complete, I headed to school early, once again finding the campus almost empty as I entered. Now, this is actually something cool and interesting too, is it seems like the nightmares have gone away too. Like, not only is he on a normal sleep schedule, or a very early sleep schedule, shall we say, he's no longer having creepy-ass dreams. Now, obviously, that could start happening, but there was nothing during the summer break that ever instilled an idea that he was having nightmares. And, you know, just gonna throw that out there. Chinatsu wasn't at the bridge, so maybe the ghost, because he's now with Megami, you know, maybe the ghost is gone. Maybe that burden of his life is gone and over. So, you never know. Anyway, this part has gone on long enough. I will see you guys tomorrow, and we will continue learning about this mysterious, what I am going to assume is going to be a very pervy and forceful teacher. So take care, guys, and stay frosty.